Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Al-Shami, Amin Hamoud Ahmed Al-Shami, 25R, 514-112.
Good morning.
Your name?
Amin Hamoud Al-Shami.
You're going to plead guilty under section 771.1 to furnishing alcohol to a minor, true?
It's a vape, cigarettes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, tobacco. My mistake. You understand that?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do? You understand I'm going to place you on probation and I'm going to set terms, and if you're compliant at the end of 6 months, the case will be dismissed.
Please, thanks.
Did you sign the advice of rights and you understand the rights?
Yes.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. Do you want a lawyer? To the charge furnishing tobacco. To the charge furnishing tobacco to a minor, how do you plead? On April, how do you plead?
I'm sorry?
To the charge furnishing tobacco to a minor, how do you plead?
You want me to explain it?
No, I want to know if you plead guilty or not.
Oh, yeah, guilty, yeah.
On that date, April 19 of 25, were you working at 22430 Huron River Drive in Rock?
Correct.
What kind of station is that?
It's a tobacco and vape.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And did you sell tobacco to somebody that was less than 21?
Yeah,
Why?
because to be honest, I've been in the business for 17 years. I never had ticket before. And he looked a little bit older to me. And I was at the end of the day, I was about to close. I was in detention,
I'm listening.
Yeah.
Why did,
I have kids. I know.
why didn't you check his ID though?
I always check it, but it's happening mistakes sometimes, 17 years, I never had to ticket.
Okay, I get it, but why didn't you check his ID?
I always check, but I don't know, just happened.
You own the store?
Huh? It will never happen.
Slow down. Do you own the store?
I do, yes, sir.
And you've never had one of these?
Never.
Call in, Mr. This is Pellet. 1 second. Yeah, where is my sheet? Yeah. You have the number.
I always have certificate, thank you for not selling tobacco, actually.
I know, but why did you not get the ID of somebody who's 19? I don't want to make this
You
big.
look a little, I don't know. It happened. Sorry.
Hey, Judge, hey, Judge.
Well, then you're not checking IDs all the time, though.
Okay, thanks. He's coming in.
How you doing, Mr. Belland?
Good, Your Honor.
Your name?
James Cullen, I'm the head of the city of Rockwood.
Did you guys ever amend your ordinance? The ordinance section I have is talking about under 18.
I think it's actually state law that,
Well, but they wrote it under local ordinance. You guys didn't adopt
I believe we've adopted.
well, you better check. Because you guys he cited ordinance section 231-1. And it talks about furnishing tobacco to somebody under 18. And this kid was 21. So I don't know.
No, he was under 21, but
No, I know, he was 19.
yeah.
But the ordinance you have here, at least the one.
I mean, I would assume we adopted it.
All right,
I
well,
don't have it off the top of my head.
I got it. Mr. El Shami, look, he's got to do some checking into this. I don't know if they adopted the ordinance or not. I don't want to keep you waiting here. I'm not going to take the plea. I'm going to reschedule it, and he'll have the ordinance section for us next time. Or if they didn't adopt it, then they're either going to have to charge you under state law, have you charged under state law, or I'm going to dismiss it. Okay? I'll just make a note. The ordinance cited.
Judge, just so you know, there's several of these on the docket today.
Well, that isn't good. Do you want to try to check it now? I don't think you got one. I mean, you guys usually provide us with ordinances. Look, here's what I'm gonna do. If not amended, I'm just gonna adjourn this.
I thought it was written under state law, I didn't look at it.
Well, yeah, but if it was written under state law, you got no business handling it, no disrespect intended, and he cited he cited a local ordinance, and he checked the local ordinance.
Doesn't it incorporate the state law is what I meant?
I don't see where it did. I didn't look.
Let me look at it. What, you may want.
231-1.
All right.
I'm adjourning this for you. I don't want you to, I don't want to take any, I don't want to make you come back, but I'm going to adjourn this, okay? Lisa, what do we have? Is Mr. Cullen here the 29th?
29th at 8:30.
Okay?
29?
Yeah, and let him look into it. I hope I'm not making you come back just for nothing, but I want to make sure, all right?
Okay, what do we need to do? 29, 8:30, I have to come here?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay, go down the hall, get your notice, and we'll see you back here then, okay?
thank you.
Thank you. You want my book?
I'm gonna look it up online because that'll show it.
Good enough. That might be the problem. Alex Christopher Pittock, 25B1479388A. Your name?
Alex Christopher.
You're charged with failure to enroll in biweekly chemical testing as ordered on April 29th of 25. That is the charge. If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty, you could be incarcerated for up to 5 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yep.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to give you one at public expense if you want one. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Where's the arraignment? All right. So I'm going to ask you now, to the charge you failed to enroll in biweekly testing as ordered on April 29 of 25, how do you plead?
Not guilty, sir. It was a miscommunication, I believe. I was never informed that I needed to enroll. I've
Hang on a second. I'll get the probation officer in here and we'll have a hearing, okay? So you can have a seat. We're going to get Emily Tessino in here on this one.
Okay.
We'll see. Thank you. Alex Christopher Pittock, 25B1479388A. Your name?
Alex Christopher Bill.
Your name?
Emily Tito.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for him. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer, sir?
Yeah.
So he's saying there was some kind of confusion as to when he had to sign up for testing or didn't know. That's what he started to say. So I'm calling you in and I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
The only thing I can go off of is I do have the referral that I filled out and would have went over with Mr. Patak when I did his instructional.
When was that?
His instructional would have been the day of his sentencing, which was April 23rd. That on my referral, it clearly states testing start date is April 29th of 25. So that
Okay.
there could have been confusion. He did go test on May 5th. That was his
Yeah.
first test.
Do you have any questions of her?
I started calling.
I want to know if you have any questions for her first.
No.
You want to testify? If you do, I'm going to swear to you to an oath, as
Yeah.
I just did her.
Yeah, that's fine.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I had began calling the number for the testing on the 29th because I was under the impression that I was already enrolled. So the start date, like she said, the 29th, I have the call logs that I called every single day since the 29th. And the first time I was called up there, I went, so I didn't miss any testing or anything. And I've been doing everything else for my probation, going to AA, therapy, all that, the court work program. So there was no ill intent by me not enrolling, it was just a misunderstanding.
I'm not sure why it was a misunderstanding. The sheet clearly spelled out you had to enroll by the 29th.
The way that she told me I had my color and everything, and that I started testing on the 29th, I was unaware that I needed to go up there and enroll.
All right, look, I'm gonna make this easy. I think it was your fault. I'm gonna find you guilty. I'll chalk it up to a warning. No costs, no sanctions. We'll let it go with that. But make sure you cross your T's here and dot your I's, will you please? Thank you very much. Have a great day. Jacob Christopher Lesnow, 24F242298. Do I have somebody on this one?
Right to the podium.
Name? Charges failure to submit to testing 3 times per month is ordered on May 6th of 25. If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty, you have no prior technical violations. That would be the first, and you could get 5 days. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand the advice to rights? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. You want a lawyer? To the charge, you failed to submit the 3 times per month testing is ordered on May 6th of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit the testing on that day?
Yes, sir.
Why?
So I've been going out of town for work trips a lot, and I've been really communicative with Ms. Tessino, letting her know. The first, we were supposed to have a meeting. We didn't have a Zoom meeting. She just applied me for early discharge or dismissal. And then I also tested that day first, so I'm like, okay. Since we didn't have the Zoom meeting, I completely forgot to bring up my work trip. I just went to South Bend, just like 3 hours drive. So I missed testing the 6th, I think it was. And that was my fault. It was just lack of communication and not having.
Let me call in Ms. Tessino. Have a seat a second, okay? Jacob Christopher Lesnow, 24F242298. Your name?
Jacob, let's go.
I'm like, you know,
Tell her what you said to me.
That was what we talked about in the email. Like, we were gonna have a meeting. I completely forgot to bring it up to you.
Keep your voice up.
I tested that day as well. And then I went to the South Bend, like,
Why'd you go to South Bend?
work trip,
What kind of work trip?
aviation.
Okay. I thought you were going to cheer for
yeah.
Notre Dame
we
football or
talked
something. I
in
didn't.
the email.
Huh? Okay.
I have proof of the work trip. The issue is, so it's kind of like deja vu. I applied him for early discharge May 1st. We were supposed to meet that day. I told him he didn't have to appear. I emailed him back, told him I applied him for early discharge and to make sure he checked for black and continued to test. So he left on this work trip that he went on without permission. His caller was called again, and this was on, what day of the week was that?
Why'd you do that? You didn't get
And
permission
then
to
he
leave the
wasn't gonna
state?
be able to test until Monday.
Did I give you permission to leave the state without consent?
That was my fault. It will not happen again. It has not happened after some.
And I have worked with him on work
Settle
trips
down a
and
second. What are we gonna do on him? So he's not eligible for early discharge?
again,
What's that?
again, this is the second time we've done this. I feel like I'm having deja vu.
Why are you doing this?
It was a mistake. It slipped my mind. I was supposed to bring it up to her. It's just a lack of communication. Just got a lot going on. I'm sorry.
What's going on? What's a lot going on? Tell me.
Just work and just stressing about stuff I don't need to, just family issues and stuff like that. But that's no excuse.
Everybody's stressing about things.
Yeah.
We all stress about things.
Yeah.
So now he's stuck on probation a while longer.
Well, if you remember, what had happened was he was here for a violation. He was found not guilty. It was dismissed. So he told me I could apply him for early discharge again May 1st.
Jeez.
So you did the 3 times a month testing. And then we have kind of another dilemma that I want to make sure we just address everything while he's here. He booked a trip for next week. It's his sister's wedding, so I don't really know how to handle that either.
I canceled the flights right now because I didn't know how this was gonna go, just to make sure I got my money back. But, yeah,
Where's your sister getting married?
Florida,
Nobody wants you to not be able to go to your own sister's wedding.
yeah.
What am I gonna do with some, I mean, problems are created that don't need to
And
be
he went
created.
through the whole, I mean.
Has he been, did he do everything else
He did
right?
everything else. He honestly did everything on time. It's just been this last little chunk of early discharge that we're running into problems. And then
He never tested positive, did he?
so he was the one, if you remember, he tested positive on an instant cup, admitted to drinking, but the lab came back negative. So you ended up dismissing it, why?
Yeah, because he was on.
Because he was honest, correct. So we put him on the sober link for a trip he had for work. He turned that in and he's been testing 3 times a month. His last test I have is May 1st, that is negative, and then he hasn't tested.
Yeah, I just can't, I'm sorry. I'm gonna accept your plea, if you still wanna plead, to failure to test. You did plead to that, right? Yes?
Yes.
I'll take your plea. I'm not gonna do much, but you gotta pay attention to what you're doing, please.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I mean, I gave you a break last time. The additional cost of $100, perform 6 hours of community service by June 7th. So you get on that, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then we're gonna be done with it hopefully soon.
Can I ask you a question?
You sure
Do
can.
you want him to continue on 3 times a month?
Now I'll reduce his testing to bi-weekly, okay?
And then can he go on the trip?
Yeah, you can go on the trip. I don't want him to miss his sister's wedding.
Thank you, sir.
When are you going?
I can book it, well, I'm gonna book it for Saturday, yeah.
Boy, you kind of panicked.
Yeah.
Do you think we're ogres over here? Don't answer that.
Well, I just,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
You can leave your state to go to Florida. When you gonna be there again?
The 17th.
All right. Between the 17th and what?
25th.
All right, have a good time. Congratulate your sister for us, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Good luck. So you gotta pay that little bit of money and,
$100
Yes.
and 6 hours. of community
yes,
service.
you're all set. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.